Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Peace Talk. I just came from the dentist, so my mouth is super numb. In case I look and sound a little bit weird, I got cleanings on both sides of my teeth. But yeah, we could just ignore that, even though it might be hard to. Regardless, welcome to another episode of Peace Talk. Definitely looking forward to this episode. For a very long time, you know, I've been kind of interested in seeing more, outreach and expression for. Well, I'm going to save this part. I'm going to save that part. But other than that, I'll mention what I was going to say later. But yeah, I have a really extraordinary guest for y'all. For those of you who are into tarot, this is definitely going to be one of those episodes. So you'll definitely enjoy it. And other than that, shout out to those of y'all in the live chat coming through. Shout out to Moon and Taurus, Pluto and Aquarius. Thank you, Cassiopeia. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guest to you today. Boodah, what's good, man?
Hey, what's good, bro? How you doing?
How do you say the last part? Is it AQ or
It's AQ just for the Aquarius sign.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay. And I remember you said yesterday your moon is in Capricorn, right?
Yeah, so Aquarius sun, Cap moon, Sag stellium, so Sag rising, Venus,
Wow.
Saturn, and and it's Uranus. Yeah,
So you were born 86 or 87?
7. Yeah,
Nice. So you got Jupiter and Aries too. You're going to a return.
yeah.
That's awesome, bro. That's really awesome. Sag rising enough is pretty lit. You got the alien construct there. And then that would mean you probably got Neptune and Cap. But yeah, I'm very honored, or I really like the Cap Moon Aqua Sun archetype, because every combination I've seen of that are pioneers, movers, shakers. I mean, the God MC Rakim,
Exactly.
one of the originators, Kid Cudi of our generation, another originator. So I'm really fascinated with that vibration. Ryan Davis, hilarious comedian. I learned he had that too. And as a Gemini sun with the Cap Moon, I see y'all as like my ascended form, So what's it like having the Cap Moon as an aqua?
It really, like, for one thing, it always grounds me. Like, people tell me that, like, I just, aside from being detached, or that detached, aspect of aqua that people, talk about, Cat Moon, like, really, in any situation, just really, like, keeps me grounded. Yeah. So, I mean, there could be like a shootout. I live in New Orleans. There could be a shootout, and I'm just like, all right, let me just keep calm and make my way out of here.
That's what I love about Cap Moon. Like, we could be unnecessarily calm in like really chaotic situations and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like something doesn't allow us to get too crazy, and it's just like, it's really dope. And then I think you have Neptune and Cap and the Moon.
Yeah.
Neptune. We can read souls and auras, and we can like see others' greatest potential. So I can only imagine as an aqua, like your ability to retain that knowledge or to channel must be off the chain.
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, sometimes when I'm looking at the cards, like, I'm just looking at the cards, and a lot of people read intuitively, but sometimes I'm just staring at the cards and not even reading the cards, and just things are just coming through, downloads, channeling, like, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
And you mentioned Rakim. Rakim actually has, obviously not the same year, but the same birthday as me.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. I saw him when he came to perform in Vegas like a few years ago. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to all y'all who are coming through. Like I was going to say before, basically, and reading and watching a lot of pick a card tarot readings or just tarot readings, a lot of the audience is mostly females or women or feminine. So when you watch a lot of these readings, it's not uncommon to hear most of them refer to the audience like it's a woman listening, right? Like, oh, this is what he's thinking about you, or you're a bad bitch, you're a queen. And I mean, I like to think I'm a bad bitch sometimes, but it's only rarely that sometimes people they'll correct themselves, be like, oh, if you're a man watching, you know what I'm saying, just in case, like, because they start to realize there's at least some percent. So I love the concept of what you do. For those of you who are just tuning in, Boodah AQ is the owner of Tarot for Bros,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
it's something that is so necessary. Where especially as I was learning astrology and trying to like talk to people about it, um, men just have this weird thought process that quote unquote tarot is just for the bitches, or tarot is just for women, or even astrology, where I like to think these divinatory practices are more masculine than feminine, even though they do have a feminine aspect and intuition. But it's just such a really weird notion that only women are meant to do this, and men aren't. This isn't for men, even though the people who do this don't really know about the occult and stuff like that. So I'm really grateful for you.
Appreciate it.
A lot of your page, once again, you give messages for the bros, and then even women can watch it for women and for men in their life, or to get messages like that. And I think the more men we have kind of building this type of presence to kind of balance out what the women have been done and already doing, at least as of recently, I think it's lit. And yeah, um what when did you how long have you been doing this?
I mean, I've had this idea for quite a while. I was just building my tarot skills, and to be honest, like it was a confidence thing until I just realized that, I it really doesn't have to deal with like knowing the meanings of the cards and stuff. Like it's good to know them.
Mhm.
And I studied up on those, but the more I just started practicing and like just putting myself out there, I was just like, yeah, so I could do this shit and I don't really need to worry about all of that. And then I just felt like it was the time to, okay, I've had this idea because, you know, dudes do need to be into this and be able to get guidance from another dude, another guy.
Right.
um they may be more receptive to it, but that's why at the same time I also throw in every intro of my videos, ladies are welcome too, to relay the message to your dad, your man, your bro, uncle, friend, cousin, whoever, because you know s- it's still a fact that some dudes want to you know do what women are into, or like be a part of what women are into, so that they can say that they're included in it and show the woman that they are interested in that. So if they were to just listen to the women and come watch my videos, it's like, okay, well, they actually might get something out of that.
Hmm. And I love how you said that too, because I feel like there are men who want to, they just don't know where to get started. They don't know who
Hmm.
to go through. It's so much, stuff to filter through, most of which don't know. And one thing that took me a few years to really embrace is the card meanings really matter less than what you just pick up intuitively, or what message is being shown. And I had to get out my own head to really like do that. And it's amazing how one you picked up on that really quick, which I admire about Aquarius. An Aquarius man introduced me to tarot, ironically.
Nice.
He wasn't into astrology, but he was more into like Palo and Santeria and all that stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, I feel like having the aqua, the sage, the cap, it's I think the ideal masculine energy and like father energy to do something like this too. So I really like where you're going with this, which is super dope. Super, super dope.
Definitely.
And mm, personally, where are we? Oh yeah, you said you're in New Orleans, right?
Yep.
What's it like over there? I know they're really open with that type of stuff, and they have like,
Yeah, it's man, it's the energy's crazy. Like you can literally like feel like the spiritual, the ancestor energy. Like, cause I actually like moved to Dallas at one point in like 2008 for a few months, and then from there I moved up to New York for 5 years, and
mm,
then in 2013 I moved back here, and it's just like you forget what that energy is like, you know. But
mm,
it's a very protective energy. It's funny because like I go visit my mom. My mom lives like two houses from where Marie Laveau's cottage
no
was.
way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so it's like when you pass it up, like people always say when I let them know, like friends and stuff that come down here, like, and we pass that house up and they're just like, I knew it was something about the house when I point out what it used to be. And so like I just feel like a lot of her energy is spread out around the French Quarter too. Like
Mm.
so it's just a very energetic space.
I've only been there once, 2019 for Mardi Gras,
Hmm.
and it definitely had that feel to it. It was
Yeah.
definitely the only other place I felt like that a bit was Atlanta for the first time, but New Orleans had its own feel, which was really cool. I enjoyed my time there. Definitely want to come back. And I know a couple of friends are out there. Lilac Ocean lives out there, and I think someone else who's actually Sag, but shout out to him, Mr. Hayes. But yeah, you know, it's Pluto's in Aquarius now, and I feel like we're finally in this period of space where these practices are going to be more demystified and accepted mainstream.
Hmm.
And it's nice to be ahead of the curve here, kind of leading the way. So, what's really your vision with this, with what you're doing?
Well, I actually like over the pandemic, there was a space that I was a part of, or a group that I was a part of that's actually based out in New York, and it's all men's group, you know. And so I was back here by the time, back in New Orleans by the time, but um, we basically just for like 14, I think 14 days straight, they decided to launch like a online program or online group for that specific foundation, and we really just did a lot of like healing and open and just sharing as men, right? And so from there it kind of like sparked something like I really want to be able to provide this initially in this area, you know, in the New Orleans area. But it, I'm only one person, right? So it takes other people to willingly want to do the same thing. And so it just hit me honestly probably like a maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, like, oh no, like I want to target and use tarot and target specifically the guys so that they can, you know, get some sort of guidance in the form of divination and help them out, you know, along the way. And, you know, hopefully it grows, you know, I'm going to stay consistent with it. Anything else I've stayed consistent with, I've seen, you know, it's moving in the direction that I want it to. So
Awesome.
yeah, that's my plan.
That's super awesome. And yeah, later on in this talk, would you be open to actually pulling some cards for each of the signs, like a message
Yeah,
for?
yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
that's what's up. Yeah, I mean, tarot is something that I won't say I took the back burner to, or at first I was actually going to stop reading tarot altogether and just focus on astrology. And then last minute, I brought it back to the channel, and somehow I got even better at reading it. But it's like, you know, um, tapping into this essence. I personally believe that, because some people ask like, is there an energy in the cards? And I mean, every inanimate object has a soul. Everything has energy. But I always feel like, especially if you cleanse it and clear it, the tarot just really reads your energy, and it's not necessarily anything evil as much as it is a tool.
Right.
So I would definitely like to spend the next few minutes kind of demystifying a lot of the stereotypes and superstitions, especially for sure men watching or women who have been told that this is of the devil, or this is just pseudoscience. You know what I mean? Um, what do you feel as far as like the energy in the cards and one's relationship with tarot?
Well, for me, it's like I've never really had a relationship with it to where like I had some sort of feeling against it. Mainly because I come from like my great grandmother um was into Santeria, and I have
Oh,
another, yeah, and I have another great grandmother who was basically it was Reiki, but at that time they didn't call it that. It was just I just know I just have the ability to do it, and so like that I've always, even before I kind of awakened spiritually, had some sort of feeling and curiosity towards things like that. So like for me, I've always been like open to it and always been, curious to get the readings and then wanting to learn how to do it, because once you, honestly, I feel like if you get a reading, you kind of see like how it just helps you in everyday life and helps you, um gives you the guidance and helps you evolve along your path. So just me being me and just with the Aquarius energy wants to be able to help the people in the same way.
and I feel like because of the frauds in the field and people who are very misleading, people have a very skewed way of looking at readings as if we're just simply fortune telling. Like,
Well, I tell you, not
right?
to cut you off, I tell you
No,
this.
go
So
ahead.
I actually went to go interview today, right, at a store in the French Quarter to read for them, and they didn't want me, so they actually turned me down, and not in a bad way. They said basically the type of readings I give are for people who are willing to do the work, and
Mhm.
the people that they get in there, French Quarter drinking stuff like that. People come in and just want to
Be told what they
know,
want to hear.
yeah, want to know when they're going to get money, when they're going to get laid, when their man or when their girl is going to come back. Like, and I was like, I appreciate the honesty. Uh, I honestly like
That's some
want
real shit to be told. Wow.
to, yeah, and
It's like you're
it's
too
like,
real for this job, sir.
and I'm
Wow.
just like, you know what, I appreciate it. It is what it is. But yeah, I do want to work with people who want to work with, like, work on themselves.
Lutrice wants to know how long did it take to learn about the major and minor arcana for you and the energy.
So honestly, actually, when I first started reading cards, I actually started with cartomancy, just the playing
Oh,
cards.
awesome.
Yeah, and so
That's
that's pretty similar to, actually, I got this deck here. Well,
mm,
if you can see it, like it's pretty dope. Like,
right.
and if you look at my IG, I think I used that one in the spring readings so far, but it actually has the playing card symbols on the minor arcana. So that's pretty much what that is. And so through that, it was easy to pick up the major arcana because it's like, all right, I already know the minor from dealing with playing cards.
Hmm.
And so the major arcana is so easy to pick up because of, to me, like the imagery is just everything in there that you can just get the messages from.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it really did not take any time to pick that up.
That's what's up. I know in my experience, I mean, I picked up the basic meanings relatively quickly, but even today, I'm still learning. Like, it's still like unveiling layers. Like, oh, that's how to see it, or oh, that's how to see it.
Yeah.
Which is what I like about stuff like this. Like, you always revisit and kind of come in deeper. I'm very fascinated about your chart because I just realized, and I'm sharing this for anyone who might be interested in reaching out to Boodah. If you want stats of his credentials, when you have Saturn and Uranus on your rising, you're a cold motherfucker. He's a gangster. Boodah, you are literally a gangster. I really do equate Saturn to integrity, which is not just gangster with Uranus. You're like uh the revolutionary gangster, the genius gangster. And it's very mind blowing that the two planets you have on your rising are both connected to your sun and moon. Uranus rules your sun sign and Saturn rules
Mm-hmm.
your moon. So I can imagine you're very connected to who you are as a being. And then Sagittarius, Cap, Aqua is all God level. So I call this the upper echelon. And what's it like to be aware at that collective level? Do you feel like you mirror the whole collective, or you know, you're like a voice of the generation?
Um, it it's a lot of energy to take on. I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah,
And
man.
so a lot of people like I'm very misunderstood because I'm not very expressive, but I observe a lot, and that's one thing I realized that I came into this lifetime looking at my chart because honestly, I have everything in either Aqua, well, Sag, Cap, Aqua, or Pisces. I only have one Aries. I'm a Mars and Aries. Other from that, like
Oh,
everything
my
else,
series gang. That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
cool,
Other
cool.
from that, it's all of those, last four signs. So, um, it's just a very heavy energy sometimes, but I'm here to take it on. I'm here to really change whatever I need to change, do whatever I got to do. Like I accept the mission.
Right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about 86, 87. Andrew Tate taught me about that, because before he came on the scene, I've always looked at it as y'all are meant to bust the system. And then he calls it breaking out the matrix, right? And, even though he has his way of doing it, everyone of y'all have your way of kind of leading up to the rest of the 90s where we follow suit. But I mean, how do you feel with Pluto being in Aquarius now? Do you feel it,
Oh
or
man, I've been waiting for this for quite some time.
you both?
Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm like let shit be destructive and let like the chaos happen. Like I'm ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And shout out to Michael and Estelle. He wrote this really amazing post, and he was talking about how he woke up right when Pluto Aqua came, and he heard a voice. But and what the voice was saying was something to the effects of, "There's been judgment from the earth. Now it's time from judgment from heaven." I was like,
Mhm.
"Holy shit!" The
And
angel
that was today, right?
today, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, it's a great time to be an air sign.
Right.
We'll see. But regardless, really historic. This is really awesome to be here. To borrow Lutrice's question, which is a great question. What do you feel about reversals?
um I mean, I like reversals. I feel like if you don't use the reverse, then you're not accepting of duality. Duality needs to be there, so you need to be able to see both sides of everything. Again, coming in, just feeling like I've come into this world as an observer. You need to really be detached and look at both sides of everything, so that you're not picking a side and getting consumed by it, and you can in doing that you actually are able to see truth.
Respect. I don't use reverse cards for that reason, because the reverse, from my experience, every time I've done readings with reversals, the reverse card readings are like way more accurate. It's not even like a game, but then they be like way too accurate. So like, give me the PG version. Just give me all of
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? But I totally respect that. I totally agree. If anything, that motivates me to. It's also the OCD, like just liking everything upright. I mean, it's probably not OCD, but yeah, I've never done a reading with reverse cards that wasn't like really on point, and
Hmm.
it gives you another dimension to look at the meaning of reverse. I was scared at first. I was like, no, I don't. I want a certain out. This was back when I wanted a certain outcome with the card. So it's like if I see a reverse card, but learning to interpret them a lot more different, which is a whole new dimension and whatnot. So that's what's up. And once again, like I feel like you're tapping into this dimension of these tools where you're able to channel, you're able to come into a lot of this wisdom using these as tools,
Hmm.
using these as symbols, and it just adds so much more magic and like life or meaning to the experience. So yeah, it's that's what's up. But
And I mean, also, I mean, I'm not sure if you're into human design as well.
projector,
Um, projector.
oh, right, you projector too. That's what's
Yeah.
up. That's
So actually, on only on this YouTube page that I'm on right now, I actually do human design tarot. So whereas you would pull,
oh,
yeah, so whereas you would pull, normally for each uh zodiac sign or do a element reading for each of the elements, I actually do each different design type.
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that before.
Yeah, I just kind of made it up.
See, that's that Uranian innovation right there. I love that. Very necessary. That's super awesome. Actually, I'm not even gonna front. That's really dope. And what do you feel about those readings? Like, how do they hit?
I think like I really feel like it gives people, depending on their design type, it allows them to see what the cards are telling them and give them the guidance so that they can, like, move through everyday life. But then also, like, when I recognize certain aspects of what the cards are telling them, I can tell them, like, it just clicks for me when it comes to human design, because I'm just trying to think of a example. Um, it could be something like if I'm doing a generator reading and it says something about needing to be more assertive or something, I have to remember that they aren't supposed to initiate, like that's not their strategy. So then I can also talk them through a way of doing that.
Hmm.
I can talk them through a way of doing that without, like, taking them out of their strategy
Right.
and then making things not work for them,
Hmm.
realizing like how it does need to work.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
super awesome. And do you work with certain spirit guides?
I really don't. I mean, I'm kind of like open to like whatever energies I feel come to me at whatever times, but
Hmm.
none in particular on a consistent basis.
Me neither. And I feel like because we have cat moons, it's just not real to us. So we just kind of like we know that the air knows it's there, but the earth we just work with what's real. I
Yeah.
personally, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. Um, wow, that's awesome. So, and once again, to ask, how long have you had your YouTube channel, or have you been doing this?
My YouTube channel, that's another thing that I just kind of started recently. Like I originally started the channel probably about 2 years ago, and would just talk about my spiritual journey and stuff. I've taken all of those videos down and pretty much made it a strictly human design tarot page.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty new as well within the past few months. And I don't know, it's like one day I just took I had a shroom journey, and I just like gained the confidence after knowing everything about the universe. Coming back, and then the next day I actually had never read Face to Face, and
Mm.
I usually do human design readings at a local metaphysical store. And when I got there, I was like, you know what, just throw me in for tarot too. And ever since then, it was like, okay, like I'm gonna start the tarot for bros. I'm gonna start the human design tarot, and it just gave me the confidence to do that, and I was just felt like it was time.
Changing the game out here. That's what's up, man. It's a really good feeling that whenever, right? But that first time you ever give like a good accurate reading, it's not many feelings like that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that first day that I did face to face, a lady, she was, talking about her business and not feeling like she was just overly humble and not feeling deserving enough. And I had to stop and actually get very authentic with her, and was like, look, if I told you you're sitting across from somebody doing a reading face to face for the first time with people, like, would that give you the confidence? And like her eyes got so big because she couldn't believe that it was my first time
Wow,
not doing it, but doing it face to face. Yeah.
that's deep. That's super deep. Oh, so um what experiences, if any, and if not, that makes sense too. But have you had any experiences so far with any negative vibrations or like psychic attacks, or do in your reading were you able to locate or pinpoint these things?
Um, Not really, to be honest with you. Anytime there was low vibrations, it was kind of a being able to pinpoint where the person was kind of like blocking themselves
Right.
rather than it coming from an outside energy. So I honestly haven't really came across like any outside energies that came across as like a psychic attack or anything like that.
Which I personally, as long as I've been reading tarot for 10 years, I've never had any weird demonic mystical experiences like that. So it's really nice to hear. It makes me feel like most people who say that are just lying or it's just like superstitious or whatnot. But shout out to Janice. Okay, Lutrice said you do galactic signatures too, and what's yours?
Oh yeah, my galactic. So bro, it's so crazy. So my galactic signature is the blue spectral eagle, right? And so all of my business is under Eagle Vision Holistic, and
Nice.
yeah, I don't. Do I have? Yeah, so and I have one of my homies out here actually is into like branding and marketing and shit. And over the pandemic, we were just still out like exchanging services. Like one of my friends was fitness coaching us, and while he was doing both of our brands, like rebranding our brands, and I was the kind of holistic healing, and we were all just like this triangle of like helping each other, right? And so when he came up with my logo, he chose like this is the logo and the background is blue. This is for my because I create crystal jewelry as well.
Nice.
Um, yeah, like wire wrapping and also like metal smithing and shit.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, but I didn't know my galactic signature when he created that, and so like the original, I don't have it on me anymore. But the original color is like a very dark navy blue. But regardless, like I just basically took the original and recreated this in Adobe Illustrator for and to have two different versions of it for different brands. But but yeah, like when I saw that and it clicked and I had like put two and two together, blue spectral eagle, and then my brand is Eagle Vision Holistic,
Wow.
and then he chose the blue, and it just I don't know, it was trippy for me, man.
I love synchronicities like that. I think
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yellow seed tone or whatever. I have to look that up again. But yeah, if anything, what do you feel what I think I asked you this before, but like just for once again, like what vision do you have moving forward for like what you're doing or with this channel?
Yeah, I just want the channel to grow, pretty much. Eventually, like I wouldn't mind like teaching certain things. I actually do in-person classes as far as like especially like with the human design here out here in the little metaphysical center that I usually read at. But I just overall want to like help people understand their own energy, help them along their path, and just want to see them grow. And I'm not the type of person to say that you got to keep coming back to me. Like I want people to be able to. I want to help people be able to tap into their own energy so that they can use it for themselves.
And do you have any like specific goals at all? I'm as far as like a tentative number, like how many more you may want like within a year,
As far as
like any more like I mean to us I feel like this stuff is kind of superficial as far as like subscriber count and like how many more
Yeah,
people. But like, I know we don't really care about that stuff, right? But like, yeah,
yeah. I mean, what is it? It's about to be April. I don't know. I mean, I would hope to get a few thousand. The numbers don't matter to me. The people that need to see it is gonna. I just want them to be able to see it. No specific number.
I love that. All right. Yeah, so and for those of you guys who are just joining, I'm here with Boodah AQ, legendary Aquarius, Pisces signatures. I always say are legendary, and he has an amazing channel called Tarot for Bros. So I think his presence is very necessary to kind of open that doorway where men can see another male figure, kind of breaking down this. Divinity, that's amazing. I know we don't really care, but that's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, let's play the three questions game. We'll take turns asking each other three questions back and forth. They could be about anything. And yeah, you can start.
Um, have you ever had have you ever had like a shroom journey or some sort of psychedelic journey that like it's totally changed your mindset on everything?
That's a good question. I accidentally ate a half ounce once,
Oh
uh,
shit.
thinking it was 5 grams, but I psyched myself out of feeling a major trip, which taught me about my never matter. But I did have a mushroom trip that like at the end of the mushroom trip, there was this like behavioral mental pattern that I was just repeating, this way of thinking that it legitimately healed like after that. And it really taught me how restorative like healing mushrooms are. But yeah, if anything, I don't when I do stuff like that, I don't really get hallucinations. I never really blasted off on DMT, but I'm learning. I want to really step into more of that hero's dose and really do
Yeah,
like see what that's like. I think I'm finally ready for that.
yeah.
But yeah, great question. My question for you is, if you could trademark a superpower that you have, what would you call it?
Mm, I mean, I'm not trying to like say I know everything, but
Aquarius.
yeah, like I would trademark it Aquarius because you just know everything.
No, like I used to think that was just a saying, but like I've seen an aqua woman not know something but still know it. Like
Yeah,
she don't even know how she knew. Like she'll be like, I don't know how I know, but I just know. And it's like, oh, y'all really know. Like that's amazing. That's extraordinary. No, that's really dope too. That's actually the reason why Aquarius is the only sign I respect. I like to say y'all are the only ones that actually know anything, and the rest of us are just save Libra and Gemini probably. But like, yeah, it's really important now more than ever in this age of knowledge. But it also helps me. It helps me a lot with epistemology and the nature of knowledge and how Aquarius taught me that we're not even meant to really know things. We're just meant to experience. And so knowledge is like a supreme um energy that only God knows, right? So it really helped me understand the what knowledge kind of truly is outside of science. But yeah, it's still pretty fascinating. But I think we're on round two of questioning.
yeah. So I guess my question, since we're talking about zodiacs, like, what would be your what would be your choice in signs for like when it comes to you know just trying to think of how to word it, like if you had to pick one in like as a best friend, one as a like business partner, one as a relationship, like what would be the like I guess that's like what top three? Which ones would you pick?
Oh shit. um there's what I think, and then I feel like my sun has a different top three than my moon. So don't let me get started. So I would say I always say that Sagittarius is my favorite sign, and when it's not, it's Libra. So I always have those two as my favorite. But I'm learning to embrace my chart, and Pisces as the best friend since it's in my 11th house does work because I do have that special connection with Pisces. Um, Scorpio, Sag would be a interesting partner mainly because they challenge me, right? So I we find each other alluring, but they are my ops. I'm learning like so much more. I partnered with some, but like we do challenge each other. I'll say that. I and that made me appreciate so much more because I was so obsessed with like Capricorn, Sag, the opposite, right? I learned I was sleeping on Taurus. I was taking Cancer for granted. Gemini is right there. Aries, I was low key sleeping on. Like those first four, I really fuck with. And then I realized I'm not as social. Like I'm not really a social person, and I that got me irritated with social signs like Leo, Libra, Virgo. Like they're my I learned Virgo is my favorite, but it still kind of irritates the individual part of me because I don't have any social energy there. So I feel like what I would say isn't what I might need. Like I might think it's Sag, Libra, but then maybe what I might need is like Cap, Scorpio, Aqua, you know what I mean? So personally, if I did pick a top three, he's saying the whole chart. See, you know what I'm saying? If I can it's hard to really okay. I'll definitely put Virgo there because I don't have mutable sign energies other than Gemini. I'll put Virgo there because Virgo is definitely essential because I have Cap, I have Taurus, but Virgo helps me know how to put it all together. And it's like the Virgo Libra axis is kind of like my hitch. Cause like I'll go out and they gotta tell me, oh, when we go to the barbecue, you have to leave what you bring. You have to do shit like this basic shit that people should know, but it's like foreign to me who lives under a rock. So it just makes it more fun. Um I definitely want to put I definitely want to put Capricorn there because that's my moon, but I'm gonna say Virgo, Sag, and then uh I don't know. This is such a hard question. Um Partner, let's say Sag. Um I'm gonna just go with the three fires. I'm gonna just say Leo, Sag, and Aries. Let's just go with that. Cover
Yeah,
the
I feel that.
fire is my weakness anyway because of my Earth. So fuck it. But my question for you is, oh, Master Nuda, I spoke about this yesterday. I literally told a Virgo moon cast a spell on me, and now we're Scorpio moon. But it is what it is. My question for you is, how do you deal with, not that you care, right? But how do you feel about or deal with people who may be skeptical or might try and discourage you?
Man, I've I've had a couple friends that have like, and no offense to anybody or whatever religion, if anyone has a religion, but I've had friends that have been, like they converted to die hard. I'll just say a religion to not offend anybody, and like literally trying to pull me out of it and have me in like my head about like, damn, like
Wow.
what the hell is like, am I doing this shit wrong, or like, should I not be doing? And then like, it just it was just a matter of learning, going back to human design, learning how people can influence you, and realizing that, okay, like, no, my crown, I have an open crown center, and it's like, no, like they're that's an influence with their thoughts and ideas, right? And so I need to come back to who I am in my defined energy, and tap back into what feels, because human design, when it comes to like decision making, is all about the feeling, right? The feeling of things. And so what feels like what's right for me. And honestly, like, and also I'm a splenic projector, so everything is very, the spleen tries to keep you from being inconvenienced, keep you safe, and I just remember feeling a very like uneasy feeling thinking about like stopping all of this, and how it would like kind of inconvenience my life in a sense
Hmm.
if I didn't follow through what I felt like was true for me.
True that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I think we're in the last round.
Round three. Yeah. Uh let me see. I mean, well, you talk about not being too social, and I get it. But and I also know like on certain like magic moon messages and stuff where you said that like your cat moon is cringing when you're singing and stuff like that. So I guess what where do you pull from? I know you're a Gemini, but where do you pull from to be able to do that? Because I don't think I could.
Be wacky and goofy, whatnot.
Yeah,
All Gemini. That's
yeah,
all. Yeah.
yeah,
And that's why people are very tripped up when they meet me in person because they expect to see me on YouTube because I feed off of everyone's energy. And so I go, but then when I'm just in front of people, I'm Mr. Resting Bitch Face, just like really chill. Like I'm not really as animated because unless I'm by myself, then I'll talk to myself all crazy. My Gemini mind is crazy. And I love it because it inspires me with so much ideas. And what I've learned is because my energies are kind of incompatible, I generate so much power subconsciously that I'm not aware it just runs to my head. And instead of meditating and like integrating it, I just but yeah, I mean, if anything, like yeah, um, I really love I don't like the Gemini because it's not the Gemini's fault, but the way I use it could be, I like to be an entertainer, but the way I use it could distract me. But when I use it right, it's so fun and it has a mind of its own, I'm learning. So, I'm learning to kind of balance that. But it's all the Gemini, to be honest. It's like a little 7 year.
yeah,
So 11-year-old down, but it's I want to keep it with me into old adulthood and just still be a goofball if I can. Um, but I'm learning to integrate a lot more of the cap too. So definitely learning to focus, which is the hardest thing with Gemini energy, but also really cool.
yeah.
So
But it'll really like it'll ground you. It'll definitely ground you so that you can focus.
true that. True that. And my final question for you is if you were in a classroom full of students, what red pill would you give them?
Mm,
Full
I
of
was like,
like 5-year-olds, like a first grade class. What's the word of wisdom like you would red pill?
I don't know. I mean, after that last big trip or journey that I had, I was just like, yo, none of this shit is real. Like,
For real,
do whatever the fuck you want to do. Just make sure you have good intentions.
it took me
Yeah,
a while to accept that. I really like that one.
yeah,
I'm comfortable saying like, "Oh, this shit is fake. This is fake."
yeah. I mean, I really did. Like, man, it was crazy. I just really had this like understanding that like, yeah, we're in this reality, and yeah, all of this crazy shit's happening. But at the end of the day, it's only happening because there's a collective group and a huge ass collective group of people that don't know how to heal. And when you don't know how to heal, you project what you haven't healed. And so all of, corruption and the bullshit going on, conspiracies, even conspiracies aren't real if we choose to heal, right?
Mhm.
If we know how to like really look at ourselves and see our truth, then all of that shit goes away.
That's real.
Yeah.
Hmm. Which, yeah, I like that concept. All that too. Which is I love that you're saying that because that's something. Once again, like barely just starting to truly accept and really start to live. But yeah, I guess in conclusion, if you wouldn't mind pulling some cards,
Yep.
could we? I was gonna ask you if we can get like one for each element, but
Mhm.
honestly, you could do whatever you want. Like how many cards you want to pull. I'd rather you just go by your guidance.
All right. Yeah, I could. I mean, are we on time constraints or?
No, we still got like no, we're cool. We're cool.
Good. All right. I guess I'll go with your initial request and just do one for each sign.
Cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's no
All right. So Aries. All right. So Aries, happy birthday. Well, shit. If you can see it.
Oh, you got the Sun and Aries card.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah. So happy birthday, Aries. So, with it being Aries season, or y'all can see it, it's blurred out. But with it being Aries season, I think like I feel that you're really gonna like come into like some real expansion in what you're doing, whether that's like with um work or relationship, like however you've been expecting it to go or working hard for it to get to a certain point. That's it's coming for you right now. Like it's definitely going to grow. All right, for Taurus, your season is coming up, and I feel like you're going to be really uh damn man, this blur is really fucking shit up. Yeah, so I feel like you're really going to be coming into a lot of like success, and not only just the success but like the feeling that comes behind the success. Like you're really going to be content and happy with what you'll be receiving and all the achievements that you come into. Watch Gemini get a tower card. All right, Gemini. No, you don't get the tower card. You get the Knight of Cups. So
Huge
like
sigh of relief.
so I think like really like whatever you're really like, and it could be a definitely could be a relationship being a cup card, but I think like you really may finally be coming into like any kind of relationship with somebody that is going to really like help carry you through with what you want to do in life, and help you succeed and get to where you want to go.
There we go.
All right, where we at? Cancer. Cancer. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Shit, man. All right, so yeah, so you're definitely coming into a lot of like prosperity, a lot of just especially with money. Money's coming in. Fuck, man, this blur. But yeah, definitely coming in with a lot of prosperity, a lot of money coming in. Really working hard to what you've been like trying to obtain, the goals that you've been trying to achieve. Definitely going to happen for you for this Aries season. Leo. So Leo, you'll probably be coming up, and it's a fire sign card. So you'll definitely be coming up with some sort of like new ideas, a lot of inspiration that's going to help like propel you forward with whatever you're trying to do in life. And even if that's a relationship, like it's going to help propel that relationship forward by being more creative and coming up with different ways of tapping into each other and stuff like that, to where if it's not going in a way that you want it to go right now, look forward to it moving in forward direction. Virgo.
What card did Leo get?
Ace of Wands.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
And Virgo gets the Ace of Swords. So anything that's kind of been like you don't really understand, like you're not really having too much understanding of what's going on in life right now, like something's just gonna come through. There's just gonna be a breakthrough of clarity, a breakthrough of information for you to learn how to like change whatever you've been confused about and go in the direction that is going to be the correct way, the best way, the highest path for you to go in. Virgo, Libra. So Libra is the high priestess. So you like already have a feeling of whatever aspect of life, like you already have a feeling of change happening, like whatever it is that you have been contemplating on that needs to change in your life, like you already know the answer, right? You just need to take the initiative of actually making the choice that is right for you, which you've been knowing it. It's a matter of feeling comfortable, right? Feeling comfortable and not wanting to take that choice or make that move because of not knowing what's on the other side. But you already know the answer, so just do it.
Don't be indecisive, Libra.
Exactly. Scorpio. So Scorpio, you'll be coming into like a lot of information, right? A lot of information is going to be coming through for you on what path to take in life that's going to like make you feel the most like just emotional fulfillment, the most successful, just overall, like that this is going to be just meant for you, right? So you wait for the message, wait for the message to come through. It could come through from a person, it could come through just like you could be, I don't know, vacuuming or cleaning up or eating fries, whatever, like, and something's just going to click for you. You're just going to get like this wave of intuition and messages coming through that's going to help like get you moving to where you need to go. All right. Vacuuming fries. So Sag. Oh shit. So Sag. So you got Five of Swords. So Five of Swords. So um I don't feel like this is anybody outside of yourself. I feel like there's something that you haven't been um like you really know the answer to whatever this is in your life, but it's been hard to like really face that answer. So like it's almost it's almost like you have to really just face the hard part of whatever it is that you're not trying to face right now. But the good news is that once you do that, like that's going to open up, that's going to be an opening of energy for you to like be able to move forward and move past whatever it has been hard to deal with, and then blessings are going to come in.
What did you get for Scorpio?
Scorpio, shit, what was Scorpio? Damn, I forgot already.
It's all good. The chat will remind me.
right. Of course, Cap gets the Eight of Pentacles. So like
Mhm.
you're gonna like really whatever it is that you are really good at is about to blow up, right? Fuck, man, yeah,
Nice.
whatever you're really good at is about to blow up. So if things have been moving a little bit slow for you, don't feel bad. Like just stay consistent and continue to do whatever it is that you're good at, and watch it start to move in the way that you want it to. Oh yeah, I think Scorpio did get Page of Cups. Oh shit, Aqua just popped out the Lovers. So
Hey.
so either you're going to either be coming into a new relationship, or if you're in a relationship, it's definitely going to like grow in the way that you want it to. But it doesn't have to be a relationship. I feel like if you've been like a little bit um if you've been a little bit like confused on what route to take in life when it comes to like business or jobs or whatever, like you're about to find like what you're really passionate about, right? You're about to find out what you're really passionate about, and you'll finally have that clarity on like, okay, this is my purpose, this is what I'm in love with it, right? And that's what you're going to start to work on, that's what you're going to start to move into. And like whatever else you were doing before this, it's just going to be a thing of the past. And then we have Pisces.
Mercedes, just make money your love.
All right, and so Pisces, you're gonna be getting like whatever you're fed up with, you're definitely gonna be moving on from that. So if it's a job, if it's a relationship, um, it might be hard because of the emotions. I feel like it's probably something that you've been invested in for a little bit, but you're finally gonna be to the point to where it's like, okay, I'm moving on. And once you move on, the floodgates are gonna open, and because you'll learn from the lessons that you had to go through in whatever aspect this is, job, relationship, um, and then the floodgates are going to open, and basically whatever you've been really wanting for yourself and really wanting things to go a certain way, like that's what you can look forward to. And that's all.
Woo! There we go, y'all. As you can see, Buddha is that guy, man. All right. If you a bro, hit him up. If you not a bro, hit him up. Okay. I got the links to contact him and follow him down below. Outside of that, how can people reach you, and what kind of services do you offer?
Yeah, so I do outside of Tarot for Bros, and that's Tarot the number 4 in Bros. If you're trying to look me up, that's only on TikTok and Instagram. But outside of that, I do human design readings. I've been so focused, like I also do custom jewelry. So like I literally like
Yeah.
metalsmith this shit, put it together. I do wire wrapping. So, you know, if you want to hit me up, that's you can either hit me up on Eagle Vision Crystals on Instagram, Eagle Vision Crystals on Instagram, or eaglevision.com if you just want to go look and see what's already there. But yeah, besides tarot, it's just human design pretty much, and creating jewelry.
Sweet. And do you have any final words of wisdom for anyone who's watching or anyone stepping into their journey?
Yeah, just be consistent, man. Like and to be honest, like I was at a point because I actually quit my job around February of 2022, right? And started on this whole like just working for myself journey and doing what I'm passionate about. And up until a few months ago, like you even like suggested like the E squared, the E cubed, you,
Yeah.
and like I
Aquarius
literally
too, by the way.
say what?
I just found out she was an Aquarius.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I downloaded it right away on our audio, right on audiobook. And like
Awesome.
ever since then, and also listening to other, people that talk about this type of mindset change, like I just been practicing that. So, and the main thing that I realized is that if you stay consistent with no matter what goes wrong, like if you stay consistent with no matter what goes wrong, and stay in the mindset of you already have it and it's already coming, and that there is no failures in life, right? There's only opportunities. And so if you stay consistent with that mindset, like it's just going to work out. It has no choice. The universe is only going to pick that mindset up and make that shit work for you.
Amen to that, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
We'll definitely invite you back on this channel. Uh,
Appreciate it.
and for everyone watching, y'all enjoy this new Pluto Aqua, this Moon Taurus, this Aries season. And yeah, until next time, peace out.
Peace.